Coming up in tonight's bulletin, a funeral and sending off service was held today for the late Honourable Daniel Suidani at the All Saints Parish Cathedral in Honiara. The Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock and its stakeholders is working hard to surpass the country's highest cocoa export record of 6,136 tons set in 2011. And the Public Service Bill 2025 was passed by Parliament today with amendments. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanao. Hundreds gathered at the All Saints Parish Cathedral in Honiara today to farewell the late Honourable Daniel Suidani in a service attended by family, government leaders and members of the diplomatic community. Alex Dadamu covered the funeral service and filed the story.
A funeral and sending off service was held today for the late Honourable Daniel Suidani at the All Saints Parish Cathedral in Honiara. The funeral service venue was packed by families and relatives in Honiara and by dignitaries including members of Parliament, diplomatic corps and other VIPs. The short service included the laying of wreath and eulogies shared by various people close to late Suidani, including his daughter Frida Suidani.
From the swift sunrise to the scorching heat, from the sweating age to the midnight wind, you toil and keep us. Sooner we realize, the better how the Father can face so much but keep us together. We miss you, Dad. You not love Blomifala. You not care Blomifala. You not everything Blomifala. Tuesday 10 a.m. 21st of October 2025, you left us. We remember you, Dad. All your kindness and everyday giving of your time, money and visions. All your sacrifices, commitments to our future and well-being.
The body of late Suidani was transported to Point Cruz Wharf, then on to Auki Express around 3 p.m. this afternoon to Auki, where it was received by the Malaita Provincial Assembly Speaker, Premier and Provincial Secretary. A remembrance program was held this evening at the Provincial Assembly Chamber to recognize his service and leadership. The casket will sleep overnight at the Provincial Assembly Chamber. SIBC understands that the body of late Suidani will be transported tomorrow to his home village of Sisifiu in Ward 5, West Baigu, Fataleka, where he will be laid to rest. Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
The Ministry of Agriculture is optimistic about breaking its all-time cocoa export record this year, with over 6,000 tons already exported between January and September. A milestone close to surpassing the 2011 record of 6,136 tons. Simon Tavake with the details.
The Solomon Islands government, through the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock and its stakeholders, is working hard to surpass the country's highest cocoa export record of 6,136 tons set in 2011. The newly launched Solomon Islands Climate Resilient Agriculture Development Program, or CICRAD, is among the key initiatives the government and its partners are driving to strengthen the agriculture sector, particularly in commodities such as cocoa and copra. Last year alone, cocoa export volumes reached around 5,000 metric tons. MAL Permanent Secretary Dr. Samson Violo said the country has already surpassed the 6,000-ton mark from January to September this year. He said the export figures is expected to increase before the end of 2025.
First outcome if focus later is for further increase in now export volume and revenue will come from coconut and cocoa blooming, both as a raw commodity as well as value-added products. For example, this time, as you speak here, Yumi Kasem, one of the highest peak ever, country ever achieving export volume and revenue of cocoa. For example, the highest IMI ever reaching export volume and revenue block cocoa hem back to 2011. And last year, total export volume block cocoa hem 5,000 metric ton naman. But as of January, kasib September lo this year, export volume blame already kasib 6,000 plus na metric ton. But you still got a month of October, November, and December haven't stopped yet. So you may expect for Sepasim na this for the highest peak ever block cocoa export where you may achieving back to 2011. And through law, such a partnership also you may launch him today between Australian government and Solomon's government. You may try for further strengthening now kata whole market value chain block cocoa. For example, from production, where I'm involved in now, necessary replanting. Then you may also have to address him to storage sheds and provision of regular shipping services. Go look at the provinces blame. I'm now one of those several outcomes you may expect him for achieving or you may intend for achieving once you may. And the same with copra too, or coconut.
Dr. Violu explained that the program also aims to reduce the country's increasing import of livestock products by boosting local production.
I'm also by focus for strengthening livestock industry blaming. You may continue for inputting a lot of livestock products, including meat and egg and dairy milk from abroad. And you may hope that this for a new project by assisting genuine farmers blaming and value adding stakeholders blaming along the market value chain for strong amount capacity block for able na for increasing production domestically, because domestically you may import a lot of livestock products from abroad, meat, milk, egg, majority of things you export them. However, you may have producing locally no also. So this fala sikrada in short me fal no decide which provinces yet by focus but me fal like for cover every provinces, but me focus certain few areas no.
Cocoa and copra remain the country's top export commodities this year, bringing in over $500 million Solomon dollars in just the first 9 months of this year. Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
Now, the Public Service Bill 2025 was passed by Parliament today with amendments. In his remarks following the bill's passage, Minister of Public Service Honourable Francis Sade described it as a historic milestone in the ongoing reform of the country's public service.
The government, through this, the Public Service, Minister of Public Service, deeply appreciated the level of engagement and collaboration and support shown throughout the process of developing and finalizing this landmark legislation. Mr. Speaker, I also wish to record my deep appreciation to the Bills and Legislation Committee for their thorough scrutiny of the bill and their recommendations of the intent and its objectives. The detailed report recommendations have been instrumental in refining now the provisions of this Act to ensure it's practical and inclusive and consistent with the broader goals of transparency, accountability, efficiency within the public service. Mr. Speaker, the passage of this Public Service Act 2025 marks a historical milestone in ongoing reform of our nation's public administration. This new legislation replaces an outdated framework that has been in place since 1988 and using a modern system that better reflects today's governance realities, service delivery expectations, and the principle of merit, integrity, and professionalism. This Act establishes a clear and stronger foundation for upholding public service values and a trustship principle as the cornerstone of ethical conduct.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Honourable Jeremiah Manele thanked all those involved in ensuring the bill was brought before Parliament and successfully passed.
And also to the Bills and Legislation Committee for their report, which has guided our deliberations in the Committee of the Whole House during this week. On that note, let me also thank the both sides of the House, especially the Leader of Opposition, the Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, the MP for East Harare, the MP for East Choice, for their contributions towards this bill during the Committee of the Whole House. And of course, let me also thank our Attorney General for his advice and guidance in assisting the Minister to respond to those important questions and comments that have been raised during the Committee of the Whole House. What we witnessed, colleagues, just to remind us, is the gist of our responsibility in terms of us lawmakers. We went through the bill close by close, and we successfully passed this bill.
Now the Honiara City Council is cracking down on illegal taxi operators using private number plates. Law enforcement officers say a surprise operation will soon be carried out to identify and penalize offenders. Simon Tavake with the details.
The Honiara City Council HCC Law Enforcement Division is calling on all taxi owners within the city to immediately stop using private number plates for their taxi services. The division has raised concerns that some operators are breaching the HCC business license ordinance by running taxi businesses without proper registration and licensing. Director of Law Enforcement, Robert Madio, told SIBC News that they will soon conduct a surprise operation to identify and crack down on illegal taxi services throughout Honiara.
It's like for reminding me, public person, if me hola city council, me hola already get them informations and observe him that you may start for no follow now law below you me law city regarding public service vehicles, especially our taxis. There are some taxis and even taxi bases too. You may try for put him now, you may change him now with the number plates below you me law cars here, blow out cars to become private. Instead of him remain as a taxi, you may change him for private, and then you may use him also as taxi too. And this one, then him relate go to or tint. There are vehicles, cars running around inside city blame me today that what are tinted and what are run also more taxis. Me just like for tell him come now. Honiara City Council, Law Enforcement, by him come up with him this one. By me follow dream now, some follow surprise or snap operations within the city for keep him this one before him go out of hand, so that you must comply with him the regulations or laws below you city as me always try for reminding me. So please, you must ask him public. Suppose you come across such vehicles where him private number plate and him transporting you and then you pay him taxi fare lo him. Come forward, please come forward and report him. Lo me fala lo here lo city council so that me fala action him this one. Him very important so that you make him fair too for others, those taxi owners where ought to comply and ought to operate inside the city.
He reminds taxi owners to follow HCC regulations to avoid penalties or vehicle impoundment.
So this one has strong warning for everybody, car owners and taxi owners. Please, you must comply with the laws of the city, the ordinances. Otherwise, by you shall face him a prosecution, law court. Once me will catch him. So I want to make this clear for the public, general public too, and especially taxis. Bye me will come up with him this one shortly or very soon, so that anybody or any vehicle me will come across and by me will impound him and shall charge him you for you go law court for failure to comply with him now. The ordinance law on your city council, law business license.
Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
And now the latest in sports with Lachlan Eddy.
The Yang Jong-do YJD International Martial Arts School yesterday organized a certificate presentation ceremony for YJD practitioners at the multi-purpose hall in Honiara. Originated from Korea and introduced to Solomon Islands in 1995, Yang Jong-do, known as the Human Art, is a unique martial arts system founded by Grandmaster Yang Ku-yan. It has gained popularity in the country since its introduction. While many people joined the art over the years, grading examinations were not conducted for an extended period. Recently, Yang Jong-do International began to organize grading again, prompting both long-time students and newcomers to participate. This led to the previous grading held mid-year. Yang Jong-do instructor Frederick Pardo provided more details about the grading and the recent certificate presentation.
This will grading where all the students were having doing this time where before the certificates in July last year. Over the yellow belt, but this program must have come and looking there's potential in them. and so awarded so 4 ranking awarded blue belt. And so I am not going to start the journey. Though the perfect did perfect technical, but it is good that we have mostly yellow belt program, and now we have moving.
Young Jungdo is open to anyone who wants to keep fit and stay healthy.
I think that one of the very good points, and I have focused on visual art. It is for a workshop, right? Meaning that you meet the countries, you current staff and type of exhibition, especially driving patients and stuff. Even we surround other education. We are good for languages. And time is well, club have opened, we come by. And we start to medicine healing. And that is why this young jungle club have healing medicine. And it's up to 4 works of like you say we left out from school. No. Me first time to go out, walk up and you make a conscious effort to come and join this family of you open for you. Everyone come and join. Even Pukinene, yeah. This time, so the response will become a heal now. Because me, I because for level, so we cut them off leg, through young jungle training.
Young Jungdo is the culmination of Grandmaster Young lifetime of martial arts study, research and personal experience. Lachlan Eddy for SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.